What's up guys, it's Dominic. Today I'm going to go over how I went from zero to hero in the gym. So how I transferred from being this 15-year-old skinny little kid to gaining 20 to 25 pounds of pure muscle on top of my skinny little frame and basically making a night and day difference in the course of a few years. So I'm going to take us back all the way to the age of 15 when I started working out for the first time. Funny enough, I had no inkling, no idea I even wanted to work out. It was not something that was a part of my priority list. My day-to-day activities were typically playing video games. So this is how it initially started. I would come home from school, hop on the game. So my game of choice in particular was Call of Duty Ghost. I played some Destiny, Black Ops 2, all those OG games you guys probably know of and are nostalgic now. Like, still to this day, absolutely love those video games. I can't get enough of them. But my day-to-day life consisted of going to school, coming home, playing video games, and I would just sit on the game, talking to some friends, and that was it. But one day, I was in a lobby, and I met this kid named Bobby. That's so funny. I was in a lobby, and I met this kid named Bobby, which is actually true. So I was talking to this kid, and we became really good friends. And over the course of, I don't know, a few months, he started telling me he got into the gym and he started making significant progress. And I'm like, yeah, okay, bro, that's cool. Like, let's keep playing this video game. Yeah, that's fine and dandy. But then he started sending me progress. He was sending me progress pictures of how he looked, how his physique had completely changed over the course of a few months. And I was in shock. I was like, how the hell did this kid go from looking like this to this? And then I'm like, it was mind-boggling, and so it kind of motivated me a bit. On top of that, my dad, of course, parents, he was telling me that I was playing too much video games. He was saying I spent too much time in my room. I needed to go out and do something. I needed to, like, I don't know, join a league, whatever that may be, but go out and get some physical activity. So after hearing that from my dad for a long time and kind of talking to this Bobby kid, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this gym thing a shot. So I initially started in my basement. Very basic movements, push-ups, sit-ups, dips, pull-ups, minimal stuff, right? That's kind of like what everybody does when they start working out. It's like the bare minimum, bare basics. And so I was doing that. I was seeing some little itty-bitty progress, right? I was seeing some definition in my pecs, seeing some definition in my biceps, and you know, my back development was kind of coming together. And so after making a bit of progress, seeing some definition, like very slight definition, you know, getting a little tad bigger, I started going to school and people were taking slight notice of me gaining weight and having some definition in my arms. And for me, that was huge, right? I was this kind of scrawny, skinny kid who nobody ever took notice of in terms of realistically anything, right? I mean, I was just an average kid, went to school, got into quite a few fights. Actually, I was known as the kid who probably didn't pay attention in school and got into fights all the time, which is another story. Anyways, people started taking notice, and so I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm starting to like this, you know, I'm getting slightly bigger. I'm listening to, and this is when EDM, like electronic dance music was going. So that was like my thing. I'd be playing like all the classic EDM songs like Avicii, you know, Skrillex, which is, I don't know if it's technically EDM, but that's when I started to kind of fall in love with it. And I got my first gym membership at a gym called Fitworks. So I don't know if you guys know of it, but that's when I kind of started taking it a bit more serious. I'm like, okay, it's time to move out of the basement. I've made some decent progress, but there's only so much I can do with the limited amount of equipment I had at the time. So I segued to Fitworks, and that's when I started to really kill it, right? Because I had all the equipment I could possibly need. And as you guys probably know, there's a big difference between training by yourself and then having this gym atmosphere where there's people bigger than you, people smaller than you, there's guys training their ass off, and it just like having that energy around you, having that motivation around you, like seeing people that go every single day, making acquaintances with these individuals, becoming friends with these individuals, like starts to get you in the groove of the gym, and it really like motivates you. So I started just going crazy, like every single day without fail. I would come home, go straight to the gym, you know, do all the, I still really didn't know what I was doing, right? But had main basic movements, right? I was doing bench, I was doing squat, I was starting to kind of get into deadlift as well, biceps, triceps, back, legs, like the whole 9 yards. And I went to school one day, and this is when I was starting to really gain some muscle. Right, I was wearing V-necks, I was wearing like low-cut shirts just to accentuate my biceps, and people were really starting to take notice. On top of this, at this time, I was like taking creatine, right, so that was pumping me up a bit as well, and I was taking pre-workout. Like I had no clue what pre-workout was. My friend Bobby, who I had played video games, told me about this thing. He's like, yeah, you take it, it hypes you up, and it makes you tingly. What he was talking about was beta-alanine. There's this chemical inside pre-workouts called beta-alanine, and it basically makes you tingle, and I kind of love the effect. Some people hate it, but for me it was like, I was over the moon, right? Because I'd get my workout in and I'd feel like this tingly effect. It was just like super niche and unique to me, and so it was fun. And so every day I'd train, I'd take the pre-workout to hype me up, and then obviously taking the creatine as well. And so as I'm getting bigger, I'm going to school, and nobody's at my school is really like taking gym super seriously, right? There's guys on the football team, and there's some guys that do track and wrestling that like are kind of into lifting just because they have to for their sport. But I met this one kid named Dominic Kinney, which is now like one of my best friends. He was the only other guy at school that was like lifting when I was lifting, and we both had decent physiques. And so finally I took notice of him essentially, and he took notice of me, and he said, hey, you know, your arms are getting bigger. I'm like, thanks, bro, you have a nice chest. And we just started like, it was a funny little bromance. You're just like complimenting each other. And then one day we just decided to like kick it, hang out, and go to the gym, and then it was kind of all over from there. And that's when things really ignited, right? Because now I am not going to the gym by myself. I have somebody else to go with me. I have some guy to hype me up. I can hype him up. It became like the best experience ever, because now I find somebody who shares this passion with me. We both love training. That's like our dream. We just want to get as big as possible, and it was the best thing ever. When you find that training partner that like wants to work out just as hard as you do, and they have that drive, it's like, oh my God, I can't even explain it. So I'm starting to see real progress now, like insane progress, just because I have somebody who can keep me accountable, I can keep them accountable, and we're going all the time, every single day. You know, in fact, in between classes, I would like ask to go to the bathroom. This is so funny. I would ask to go to the bathroom, and when I would go to the bathroom, I would like quickly go, and then I would run off to the workout room and try to get like a few sets in of like bench or bicep curls, like just enough to get like a sick little pump, and then walk back into class like with my arms looking yoked. It was honestly the funniest thing ever, but that's just like, I totally forgot about that, and I just remembered it now. This is probably junior year. So I'm eating a ton. Obviously, to gain weight and get bigger, you need to eat a caloric surplus amount of calories. Now at this point, I'm getting a lot bigger. I'm getting definition. I've gained a lot of weight. total difference in terms of who I was before and who I am now. In terms of mentality, in terms of physique, like complete shift. But I still didn't really have things locked in. Like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what I was doing. And this is when things really changed, is when I started structuring my workouts appropriately and started structuring my diet appropriately. And at first I was spending way too much time in the gym, like 3 to 4 hours in the gym. And it was just completely unnecessary. But like when you're in love with the gym and you find this new hobby, that's like where you want to spend all your time. And I was doing more harm than good at a certain point, because there's only so much muscle you can build in a 4-hour time period where there's a net negative. I was focusing a lot on bench. I was trying to get my bench as strong as possible, like any guy starting in the gym. So I'll insert some videos of that here. I was trying to get my deadlift as strong as I possibly could. And by my senior year, I was probably one of the biggest guys in the school, because that's all I did, all I thought about, all I dreamt about. It's consumed my psyche. And that's when I started posting on Instagram. TikTok wasn't a thing at that point. I was probably posting a little bit on Facebook. I started making some YouTube videos as well. And that's how I got started in the fitness industry. I did some modeling gigs. I've worked out with some amazing people that you probably know of. I'm not gonna even name names, but tons of cool people in the fitness industry that are absolutely like killing it right now. And that's how it began. Now I'm getting my physique back to the best I possibly can. I'm gonna insert some clips of me over the years. It can give you guys some motivation. You can start at any point, whether that be fat, skinny, it doesn't matter. Just get in the gym, fall in love with it, because if you don't love it, you're not going to continue to do it. It's hard to do something every single day when you don't absolutely just love the hell out of it and it's your jam, right? You need to fall in love with the process, and that's the hardest part. A lot of guys go to the gym and they don't see progress immediately, and then they give up, they quit, or they become unmotivated. So don't give up, don't quit, get in the gym. Crush it. It'll be the best thing you've ever done. Does so much more. It's so much more than just building muscle. It's creating structure. It's creating mentality, a certain mentality. It's creating a mind frame that can get you through many different things in life, right? Because if you can do something that's hard, you can do something that's difficult day in and day out, you're gonna see how that translates in so many different parts of your life. And it echoes into anything else you do. On top of that, people just respect, I don't know what it is, but people respect somebody who looks big. I do know what it is, right? You're gonna respect the guy that is big, right? You just will, because it took time for him to build that. It took time for him to gain that muscle and gain that physique and look as good as he does. And it's not something money can buy. Getting big, building a nice physique, training hard, you can buy a lot of things in life, but you cannot buy that. That is all done by hard work. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Get in the gym, crush it, kill it. I believe in every single one of you. I know you guys can transform your life, and all it takes is day one, right? Just start. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's going to pay off. Love you guys. Bye.